welcome to part 3 of a 3-part series of 45 things that I changed at 45 to be happier, healthier, and better looking at 46. Yeah, I have notes. I need notes. There's still so much to go over. There's so much you can change at 45. You wouldn't believe what you can be by 46. Now, it doesn't matter what age you start at and what age you end at. All that matters is that you're always striving for personal growth in some arena, and you're going to be happier as you move along. If you're always striving for personal growth, you will be happier. That's easy enough. Okay, that wasn't one of the tips though. One of the major things that I changed is I started focusing on more strength and balance exercises. I was going to the gym and I'd sit on the bicycle and this is me on the bicycle, I would just read a magazine or I would tune out and listen to a podcast, and I wasn't really trying hard, but I was doing my work and I thought that was good enough. And obviously it wasn't, because it was doing really nothing for me. It wasn't even making me happy to do that. So one thing I noticed one day when I was 45 is that I was standing in the kitchen just throwing something out, and I kind of lost my balance. And I was like, whoa, am I that old now? Like, I'm just going to start losing my balance and falling over. And yes, it's true. Even at 45, you can lose enough of your strength that you can just start falling over. That's no good. There's a way to get around that, and that's called strength and balance exercises. So I took a class and I learned how to challenge myself in ways that will strengthen my ability to catch myself if I trip, or just keep my balance when I am in a strange position doing any kind of activity. And it's helped so much. I feel overall so much healthier and so much younger, actually, now that I have strengthened these muscles that I didn't even know existed before this. So it's always helpful to go talk to either a personal trainer or a person who teaches a strength and balance class and figure out what you need to do in order to get stronger. You can actually get much fitter even after 45. You can do it. It's possible. Another thing I changed is, instead of always trying out different hair colors and going to the store and buying it, and yeah, I don't go to salons to do my hair because that's so expensive and I like to spend that money on skincare. Sorry, hairdressers, you're worth it. You are worth it. But I like to spend my money on skincare. So what I started doing is, instead of just poking around and trying to find a good box color at stores, which is nearly impossible, I started ordering from eSalon. And what really helped me there is that, first of all, it's a good quality color. And the color comes right to your door at the point in time where you need it, and you don't have to go anywhere. It's a really good box color, and they also help you tweak your color to become the perfect color. And it took me maybe 5 or 6 times of ordering from eSalon and them tweaking my color to come to a point where it was the perfect color for me. It works so well. You can change it to cover more grays or be cooler or warmer, and they will help you. There's a person who actually helps you, and I love that service. And that helps me keep up my hair more often. Instead of waiting for somebody else to do it, I can just go right in there and touch up my roots. It's great. I love it. Something you can do at any age is you can start prioritizing your sleep. Your sleep is one of the most important things you can do for your health. It's when your body recharges, it's when your brain recharges. If you prioritize your sleep, you'll even find that you just look better. Sleeping is so fun. I don't understand why anybody would want to stay up late and not sleep. All I think about is sleeping. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, boy, I can't wait to sleep tonight. When I get enough sleep, I'm amazing during the day. And when I don't get enough sleep, the day is ruined. It's that big of a difference. One thing you can do if you haven't started using, or if you have started using retinols can be pretty irritating. And when you start using retinols, you can actually feel like you're doing something wrong, because it first starts to make your skin feel very crusty and red and irritated. But one thing you can do is try retinoids. I have an entire video about retinoids, or a particular retinoid. I'll link it down below if you want to check that out. That has made a huge difference in my skin. The irritation is gone, and it increases the cell turnover, increases the collagen in my skin. I love it. I particularly like the Ordinary's Gran Active Retinoid. I'll show you right here because I can never remember all of the words in it. But I have an entire video on it. I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. There's links to buy it. I am not paid by The Ordinary. I'm just telling you that I love this anti-aging product, probably the most out of all the products I've tried recently. And that made a huge difference in how my skin is aging. Another thing I tried is vitamin C serum. And I love vitamin C serum because it smells like oranges and it makes your skin feel so fresh in the morning, and it just feels like it just wakes your skin up. And I love that. I'll have links down below if you want to see what I recommend, because what's important about vitamin C serum is that you choose one with the right packaging, because when it gets in contact with air, it loses its potency. So you want something in a pump bottle or something that's not going to contact air so much, okay? And I think it does brighten up my skin a little bit. I don't have any scientific studies on what it did to my skin. I just know it feels great and I like the way it looks. Oh, something else you can do at any age if you want to be better in the next year is you can try new things, whether that's food or activities or hanging out with different people or just putting your focus on different things. Just try something new. If you just do the same thing you've always done, you're going to end up always doing the same thing you've always done. That wasn't very eloquent, and this is just off the cuff. I'm just talking, guys. Don't judge me. You can judge me. It's okay. You can judge me because something you can do over 45 is you can stop caring about what other people think. That actually wasn't a tip. I just made that up right now. Something that's wonderful for anybody to try is to get out in nature more. You know, we are human beings. We tend to forget this. We think that we are people that go to work and go to Sephora and go out to eat and watch a TV show at night and wash their face. But we are human beings. And before we had all of this extra stuff, we lived out in nature and our feet were in the grass and we felt the wind in our hair and we picked fresh food. And it's really important for us to connect with nature on a regular basis so we can remember who we are. So whether that means going to the park and putting your feet in the grass for a couple minutes, laying on a blanket, going for a hike, going for a walk without filling your ears with music or a podcast and just listening to the birds, listening to the wind, it's going to help your brain reset to its most natural state and you're going to feel better. This is out of nowhere. This tip, you can start tucking in your shirts. That's what I did. I started tucking in my shirts. I didn't realize how frumpy I looked, just letting my clothes just hang down to awkward points like hitting at my hips. And I just started tucking in the fronts of my shirts and it made such a difference. So that's a very short and sweet tip right there. Tuck in. Something else I changed is I really allowed myself to dive into my own femininity. Now, this is a difficult one to explain. A lot of people think that femininity is in regards to something that men do or want to see. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with you and the other women around you supporting each other, doing what you want, dressing for each other, and enjoying that space without thinking about how men want to see you. And of course I'm talking in hetero terms because that's what I am. So if it doesn't apply to you, it doesn't apply to you. Diving into my own femininity has been a huge change for me and changed how I see and do everything. I don't really know if that was clear. I should probably do an entire video on that subject because it's fun and I like talking about it, and I just don't think I did a good job of communicating that there. So, okay. Here's something else you can do. You can take more trips. That doesn't mean you have to fly to Greece. But it could mean that instead of on Saturday going and doing your usual thing, you can choose somewhere else to go within 20 miles. And there's often very interesting things just within 20 miles of where you live. It's actually quite amazing if you allow yourself to open up and think about doing these other things. Something that I changed after 45 is I started lightening up on my makeup. Now, I'm wearing red lipstick here, and that's because I'm on camera. But you know what? Probably as soon as I get off camera, we're going to go to a more neutral lipstick. And that has been so much more flattering for my aging self, is to lighten up on the colors I use in my makeup. I started using brown mascara instead of black. I started using a light brown eyeshadow instead of a black eyeliner. And these things make such a difference, this softening, because oftentimes makeup is too harsh. We think that in order for it to be seen, it has to be dark, and that is not true. In fact, as soon as I lightened up on my makeup, you know what I saw? I saw more of myself. I saw my eyes, I saw my skin, and I didn't see makeup. So lightening up on your makeup colors, give it a try. Who knows, might work for you too. Another thing that I changed is I stopped focusing on making my makeup be seen, and I started focusing more on evening out my features and on facial symmetry. So I think one of the most important things that I started doing was making sure that my eyebrows appeared to be even. This is not apparent in this video, but this eyebrow goes up way higher than this one, so I ended up shaving off a little bit of this one and putting on makeup so that they look nice and even. And this makes a big difference in how my face appears. Or my lips are highly uneven, so I make sure I draw them on in a way that appears to be even. And when I even out my facial features, because everybody's face is asymmetrical, everybody's, it's not just you. When I even out my facial features, I can wear less makeup because that automatically made everything look so much more nicer. Even if I just take the time to draw on symmetrical eyebrows, I almost don't need anything else. It's that important. Another thing I changed is I always started wearing jewelry. Very simple, everyday jewelry. Even when you're wearing your scrubby outfit that you're just going to wear around the house, you know you wear it outside too. But even when you're wearing that outfit, when you wear jewelry with that, just simple jewelry, it makes it look much, much nicer, makes you look more put together. Here's something I changed that's very helpful in a very practical way, is I started keeping tweezers in my car, because you look in the mirror and you see that one stray hair that grew out of nowhere. You didn't even know you had it. You see it in your car and you're already out. Keep tweezers in your car. It'll save you a lot of trouble. You know, when you go back in the house, you don't remember to pluck that hair. So you get it when you see it. You stay in the car. Easy peasy. You know, an important change that you can make is start using a water pick, and that's a device that shoots water in between your teeth and up into your gums, and it really helps clean your mouth much better, cleans your gums and your teeth much better. Having clean, healthy gums is one of the most important things you can do for your health as you get older, and you want to keep your teeth as long as you can, and it's very helpful for that. So the number one thing my periodontist recommends is a water pick. So I used to wake up in a panic at 2 or 3 in the morning pretty regularly. I could not figure out why, because I didn't feel like a worried person, but I would always wake up 2 or 3 in the morning just panicked about something that didn't matter. So I started thinking about how I was going to sleep. I was going to sleep thinking about whatever, or watching whatever show, watching whatever YouTube video, and I was letting these thoughts creep into my brain. It was causing me stress that I wasn't even aware of. What I do now is, before I go to sleep, I purposely relax. I relax and I tell myself that I'm safe, everything's great, I'm going to sleep really well, and I relax my body and I sleep so much better, and I stopped waking up in a panic at 2 and 3 in the morning. That was terrible. I hope that that doesn't happen to you. Oh, I love this tip. I can't believe I saved it for almost last. So I started scrubbing my scalp in the shower. So I get in there with the shampoo and I give myself a really good scalp massage. Not with my nails, but with my fingertips. And I really scrub my scalp and make sure it's super clean. And then I do the same thing with my conditioner. And I use a natural shampoo and conditioner by Not Your Mother's shampoo and conditioner. I'll post a link here or a picture. And I love the mint feel on my scalp. It makes everything feel so fresh and so clean, and my hair has never looked better. Not only that, I feel like my hair is growing better and healthier. Something else you can do is start a vision board. Now, you don't have to cut up magazines like we did in the past and paste them and keep them up somewhere on the wall. I don't even have any wall space for this kind of activity. But what I do is I go onto Pinterest and I collect certain pictures in certain boards. Like, if I want to change something by next year, I might title it the next year's date, and then I will put a bunch of pictures in there for what I want for my life. And I'll go in there regularly and add pictures. I'll go in there regularly and look at the pictures I've collected and identify, is this still what I want? And really clean it up and make sure it's exactly what I'm looking for. And this helps me set goals and attain those goals. I love Pinterest. It's easy to get sucked in with a bunch of recipes and whatever, but allow yourself some time to create your own little vision board for next year. The last tip, one thing you can do for your overall health and happiness is try to practice non-judgment of others. This is not so easy at first, but the more you practice it, the better you get at it. It will help you be so much happier if you can just truly love people for who they are and try not to judge their choices or their actions. Just be in control of your own, because there's so much you can change. Between the ages of 45 and 46, as I've seen, that now I know you can do that at any age if you just practice and choose and be intentional with your actions. So if you didn't see part 1 of this 3-part series of things you can change to be happier, healthier, and better looking within 1 year, I'm sorry that I said that in the title because it feels really weird and awkward. I'm not gonna lie, I'm much better looking. I mean, just look. What is that? What happened? What was I doing? If you didn't see the other parts of this 3-part series, part 1 and part 2, this was part 3. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed hanging out with you, and hopefully I will see you soon.